Oh my gosh, that was just so nice. Oh, I miss this guitar so much. It's such a beautiful, beautiful instrument. All right, story time. What do you think? Get yourself a cup of coffee or a tea. This is gonna be good. So, in January 2014, I leave Japan because I don't have enough money to complete my 14 months stay. So I only got to stay for about 7.5, 8 months. Very tragic at the time. And so I arrived back in North Carolina, homeless. And I lived in the back of a broken down car. It was parked in a Panera Bread parking lot. And so the car didn't work, but my Kung Fu master was a mechanic. And so he managed to get this car towed to the cafe across the street from my campus. And so that's where I slept. And this was the North Carolina winter. So we're talking minus 10 degrees some nights, snow, everything. I slept in that car. I've been walking for over an hour. And it's minus 10 degrees. And it was tough. That's where I was editing my first ever documentary called Home on this YouTube channel. Sorry, I can't feel my feet. Oh my God, I just can't feel anything. I can't feel my hands and I'm scared I'm gonna drop this. I feel like I need to stop, but I can't stop because I think that could be quite dangerous. But right now I don't have the proper clothing for this weather. And so after I graduated, I went back to the UK because I just couldn't find a job in the US. And I worked for 7.5 months as a receptionist at a golf club. Thank you so much, Simon, if you're watching this, for the opportunity. And, you know, I was learning French. This was like the peak time as my French studies were really, really picking up. I think this was one of those really special moments when French started to feel like a true friend. Like, it's hard to describe, but I imagine a lot of you watching this might know what I mean. And I just had these dreams of living in France. And after 8 months working as a receptionist there, I had barely managed to save any money. And I think I had this moment where I just had enough of waiting without much hope. And so I just went to Paris on New Year's Day, 2015. I arrive in Paris. I have a bed on a sofa of a guy from Serbia who kindly let me stay on his sofa. And I give it a try. I try living in Paris. I try to find work. Nothing happens. And so after like 6 weeks, I have to leave. And I decide to go back to the mountains in North Carolina. And as I was preparing to leave Paris, which was a magical time, that is when I read that first book without a dictionary. Here it is, this one. I remember I started reading this before I got there. I think I was on the plane. And then it was while I was just wandering around Paris peacefully, reading this book on every bench, in every park that I could. That's when I started to realize, oh my God, I don't need to stop. I don't need a dictionary. And it was just, I spent a few days just reading, just wandering around my neighborhood in Paris, reading, and of course, looking for work. So anyway, as I was preparing to leave Paris, I found out that one of my favorite artists of all time was going to be performing in the city where I was living in North Carolina after returning. And so I got tickets and it was amazing. His name is Gregory Isakov, and his music had accompanied me through university since 2010. And it had gotten me through that whole period as I was in Japan, as I was learning French, as I was working away as a receptionist, those 8 months. And then it accompanied me through that month in Paris. And so I just had to go and see him. And it was absolutely amazing. His band, I mean, it was such a great performance. I just can't even describe. It was so special. It was really meaningful. And I think especially the way that I was just kind of crash landing back into the mountains in North Carolina after such a crazy several years. Somehow I just felt this feeling of safety and comfort with the mountains. I've always felt that being around the mountains, but also specifically at that concert. It was just magical. I don't know how to describe it. And so fast forward to October, just last year, in the middle of a really difficult year. I think it might honestly have been the worst year of my adult life. I finally went to another concert. First time in well over a decade. And it was Gregory Alan Isakov again. And it was really powerful. And if I'm being honest, I think that might have been the night that I did decide something really has to change. You know, it took me right back to 2015. And I guess it kind of gave me that feeling of safety again, a little bit. It gave me that comfort and confidence that I can do this. And so just a couple months later, I made that huge change. And now here we are. So I really wanted to try and play one of his songs. There's a lot of songs I just love from him, honestly. So many good ones. But I find a lot of the ones I want to play are quite challenging. But just this morning, a certain song came on that I really love. And I was like, hey, that one seems like it's a bit simpler. That one should be something I can learn in an afternoon. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And it just feels so nice. All right, the sun is going down. The train is passing in front of me. I've got this beautiful warm glow on my skin and got a nice hot drink in my beautiful mug from my time in Poland last year. Don't expect much, but I couldn't tell you that whole story without at least trying to play something from my dear friend who will never know me, Gregory Alan Isakov. Was it the voice I've known, or your Appaloosa bones that carried me home across the plains? It's like you say all the time, the world has lost its mind. Between you and I know that I've lost mine. Was I that gone? Man, I hope not. Glad you found me when you did. Well, there ain't no work, just Pennsylvania birds. I heard they're nesting now in the city. And the TV's on through every window, every window. Evenings fall and flicker through the glass. Was I that gone? Man, I hope not. Glad you found me when you did. Another long night on the ride home. Oh. I really hope that I don't have to do this for too much longer, but at least it's very beautiful. I want to make sure that even when this is all over, that I still come out and appreciate these views and these moments. Because I may have never been out here if it wasn't for this challenging time.